Welcome to Balatro, a roguelike poker game that'll leave you wondering where the hell 10 hours of your life just up and disappeared to. In this video, I'm going to talk about what exactly Balatro is, without getting into the nitty-gritty of it. I'll be going over all the core components of the game, what the community has overall achieved and accomplished with this game, in addition to a few little fun observations and Easter eggs that exist here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice little calm overview about this wonderful deck building game. Fundamentally, Balatro is a roguelike. And what that means is that no individual run will be the same. Before getting into the 15 entire different ways you can play, card modifiers, and everything else in between, let's talk about how you play this game. What this game is about. In Balatro, you have a standard deck of cards. You have a maximum amount of hands you can play, and a maximum amount of discards you can play. You reach the certain score by playing poker hands. It seems pretty simple, but then you get introduced to the concept of jokers. Jokers fundamentally take this game to the metaphorical moon. Every round you're successful, you get money, which you can spend in the shop. And in the shop, you can buy these jokers, which either give you additional chips, give you an additional multiplier, or multiply that multiplier. You can also upgrade these poker hands, which we talked about beforehand. On base, every poker hand starts at level 1. However, if you happen to buy, I don't know, the Earth, that full house you played at the very start, it's now even better. You can also buy tarot cards. It turns the regular deck of cards into their own individual characters. For example, let's take the Empress. Ordinarily, regular card will just give its number in chips. With the Empress, you add +4 mult to that card for free. And what you've done, you've taken those cards, and now those cards are now your most important cards in your deck. They have become their own characters, which is weird to think about. Every future round, you're going to want to play around those cards. Every other card, unless you're going for something specific, is now less useful. And you can continue to build around these cards. You can make these cards stronger. You can tickle the bit of your brain that reacts when you see a shiny, a foil, or a holographic, because those are in this game too, and you can make those cards even more successful. The shop also contains spectral cards, which can fundamentally change the run. Let's say you have these 2 cards that you upgraded before. Let's say you get the Cryptid card. Congratulations, you've now got 2 extra copies of that card. Maybe you duplicate some cards with the Death Tarot card. Maybe you thin your deck a little bit with the Hanged Man. And all of a sudden, you've got a consistent way to play the game and hit higher and higher scores, higher and higher blinds, and the number only continues to go up. And we haven't even talked about jokers. Jokers are the lifeblood of Balatro. On the surface, they give little cool buffs that help you get higher and higher blinds. And if you're gonna want to stay in the game, without metagaming every single hand, every single card, they're absolutely crucial. Every joker is based off of this cool little guy, Jimbo. He's there and he's having a great time, and he wants you to have a great time too. Now these can range anywhere from increasing your chip count, increasing your multiplier, or multiplying that multiplier. There are jokers that just purely increase how much money you grab, so that way you have a little extra to spend in the shop to get more jokers, or more cards. You can have jokers that are more like a utility card. You can have cards that, when they trigger, give you free tarot cards, or give you free spectral cards. Or there's just the egg. It's there, and it terrifies me. What I love the most about jokers, I love how each joker looks. There are 150 jokers. They have unique art, they have a unique name. There are jokers that reference media, there are jokers that mention concepts. There is literally just a joker that is an Easter egg to Jerry Seinfeld's apartment. Like, that level of game design and that level of secrecy and detail is amazing, and I love that. Balatro is more than just the game itself. It's about the community and the people that continue to push the game further beyond. The game does have an endpoint, but you can go further than that. When I started having the idea for this video, the Balatro community had thought it to be possible to reach infinity. Now, Balatro has an endless mode, and in this endless mode, you can theoretically keep climbing and climbing, but surely it wouldn't have an infinity. Surely there would be a limit to what you could achieve. There are only so many jokers you can combo, there are only so many cards you can upgrade. What if there was a fundamental limit? And as of writing this, as of recording this, that limit has been broken. It is fundamentally possible to reach infinity. There are some absolutely crazy videos that go into this, and they are well worth your time. Oh yeah, one more thing, I need to talk about the music as well. The music is kind of very important. There's only one, I believe, musical track in the game. It's a fantastic hypnotic slurry of sound, where combined with the ever swirling, calming background, continues to keep you hooked. Relaxing experience. But what do you do when you get past infinity? On top of this core Balatro gameplay, in case you get bored of playing the 15 different decks, let's say you get bored of that. You're bored, you've used every 150 jokers as much as you can, you've unlocked every item, every voucher, you've played 5 of a kind so many times that your brain begins to melt into mush. Well, have no fear, because the developer thought of something, and that's its challenges. Now, challenges are very interesting. There are 20 of them, and each challenge can either modify the deck itself, the jokers that you have to use, and the playstyle that you need to utilize in order to win. The concept's the same, reach all the way to the end of the game, but using these specified rules. Some of my favorite challenges are Mad World, where every card is a face card, and you also have a business card, that when every face card is played, you have a 1 in 2 chance of getting money. And with every card being a face card, well, you're almost certainly going to get money. I also like Typecast, where once you get past the 4th boss, every joker becomes eternal, meaning they cannot be sold, they cannot be changed, they will not self-destruct. They are there for the rest of the game, so choose your jokers carefully. And then there's challenges like 15-Minute City, where it's Ride the Bus, where as long as you don't play a face card, the amount of malt you get from this card increases by 1 every hand played. And you have Shortcut, where normally, if you want to play a straight, you'd have to play 5 consecutive cards in a row. Let's say an ace, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Shortcut, now you can say play an ace, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 7. It lets you skip cards in between. So as long as you have the rough idea of a straight, you can now do that. Combine that with Ride the Bus, and there's a lot of potential for scoring high. Now what do you do when you get past infinity? What do you do when you've beaten all the challenges? What do you do when you've unlocked absolutely everything? You mod it, of course. One of my favorite mods for Balatro at the moment is the Cryptid mod. It adds more jokers, it adds more difficulty, and it adds more types of cards. You're not just there with tarot cards, planet cards, and spectral cards. In the normal game, a joker might allow you to, say, increase your multiplier based on how many uncommon jokers you have. Cryptid says, no, there's a joker that lets you draw your entire deck to hand every time. With this joker, congratulations, you draw every card in your deck at once, meaning you can play anything you want. And it's absolutely hilarious. There's a car outside going absolutely in sicko mode. Oh my god, it's 12 in the afternoon. Where are you doing this? I haven't talked about every single element of Balatro. Well, I mentioned there are 15 different ways to play. I haven't told you what they are. I haven't talked about rarities, I haven't talked about combos, and I haven't talked about little things you can find in the shop. I haven't talked about boss blinds, and I haven't talked about how you even begin to get all these jokers in the first place. Because, dear viewer, if you have even an interest, even an inkling, as of right now, after watching this video, and you've been thinking about buying this game, you've been thinking about playing this game, I want you to go into that game and have the same sense of wonder that I did discovering every single little inkling of this game and what it has to offer. Balatro isn't just a game. Balatro is an experience. Get ready to dive in, boot up a game of Balatro, get dealt your hand, and shoot for the moon. Make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see every one of you in the next video.